If Jeff Bezos' upcoming marriage to Lauren Sanchez has any chance of working out, the Amazon CEO needs to make sure that he protects himself financially. That means he absolutely must have a prenup. And sources say that he's already paying millions to ensure his money stays his money. But why did he wait so long to learn this lesson? Let's find out in today's episode. Jeff Bezos didn't sign a prenup with his first wife, Mackenzie, which reportedly cost him billions. Now he's making sure that he doesn't make the same mistake twice. Jeff Bezos' upcoming marriage to Lauren Sanchez is set to take place in June. It'll be a 3-day event in Venice, Italy, with guests arriving on June 4, an exclusive dinner. The actual ceremony will be held on June. It's followed by a reception and a final dinner on June. The lavish festivities are expected to cost the happy couple upwards of $10 million. But while the wedding plans are well underway, it seems that the 74-year-old billionaire is still finalizing one crucial detail: his prenuptial agreement. According to reports, Bezos' team has been frantically working on getting the documents signed before the big day. The billions of dollars at stake, it's easy to see why. The former couple divorced in 1999 after 2 years of marriage. At the time, Bezos was just a rising star in the tech industry, and his net worth was only around $1.5 billion. Despite the short length of their marriage, the divorce was contentious and costly. Mackenzie walked away with a hefty $250 million settlement, which in today's money would be worth over $38 billion. As you can imagine, nobody saw that coming. In fact, during their divorce proceedings, Mackenzie only received around 1% of Amazon stock, which was valued at $35 million at the time. However, little did everyone know that this small percentage would grow to be worth tens of billions of dollars. Today, Mackenzie owns approximately 4% of Amazon stock, which makes her one of the richest women in the world with a net worth of over $38 billion. So how is Bezos protecting himself from another costly divorce? According to Page 6, a source close to the couple revealed that they had to push back their dream Italian wedding because the Amazon mogul wanted to get his finances in order first. They quote, "She wants to marry him badly and has been pressuring him to get hitched ASAP." The insider added that the couple had originally planned to wed in Aspen in the winter of 2024. However, the plans were put on hold while Jeff finalized his prenuptial agreement with his fiancée, a former news anchor. One report even claimed that Bezos' lawyers forbade him from going ahead with the wedding until the prenup was signed, sealed, and delivered. However, he vehemently denied these claims on Twitter, writing, "It was never 6 months. Also, we weren't married in Aspen last winter. That didn't happen." In any case, it seems that the prenup is finally sorted, and the couple are now free to tie the knot. So what exactly does the prenup say, and how much money is at stake? Well, it looks like Bezos is taking no chances. According to reports, he's agreed to put half of his $224 billion fortune, yes, that's right, $112 billion into a trust for Lauren in the event of a divorce. This means that she would be entitled to 50% of the assets in the trust if they were to split up. However, there are some conditions attached to this. Lauren is reportedly required to sign a waiver stating that she won't take any legal action against Bezos or his company, Amazon, and she won't disparage him in any way. If she violates the terms of the agreement, she could lose her entire share of the trust. But what happens if Bezos passes away before Lauren? Well, it seems like he's already taken care of that too. Reports indicate that he's set up a charitable remainder trust for her as well. This type of trust provides the beneficiary with a fixed income for life, but it also allows the donor to make charitable contributions. In this case, Bezos has reportedly set aside $6 billion for Lauren and designated various charities as the ultimate recipients of the remaining assets. This means that even if Lauren outlives Bezos, she won't be able to claim any of his assets. However, she will receive an annual payout of around $300 million for the rest of her life. Now, that might seem like a lot of money for a woman who is set to marry one of the richest men in the world. But remember, this is Jeff Bezos we're talking about. It's worth over $224 billion, meaning that $6 billion is just a drop in the ocean for him. Plus, he's already spent billions on divorces, settlements, and charitable donations. So it's not like $6 billion is going to make a huge dent in his overall wealth. What's more, Bezos isn't the only one benefiting from this arrangement. By setting up a charitable remainder trust, he's also able to reduce his taxable estate, which means that his heirs won't have to pay as much in taxes when he passes away. Ultimately, this is a win-win situation for everyone involved. Bezos gets the peace of mind knowing that his fiancée will be taken care of financially, even if he passes away. Lauren gets a generous payout for life, and Bezos' heirs don't have to worry about paying exorbitant taxes. It's a perfect scenario, really. So while it may seem like Bezos is being cheap by only offering his fiancée half of his fortune, it's important to remember that he's already given away billions of dollars and likely doesn't even think of this amount as real money. What's more, this prenup is likely a way for him to protect his wealth from future lawsuits and liabilities. Billionaires like Bezos often face lawsuits from disgruntled employees, investors, and other parties who feel they've been treated unfairly. By putting half of his liquid assets in a trust, Bezos can ensure that these individuals can claim his entire fortune if he is found liable in a court of law. It's just smart financial planning. In any case, it seems like both Bezos and Lauren are happy with the prenup. After all, they wouldn't have agreed to it if it wasn't fair to both parties. And let us not forget that Bezos has already agreed to give away most of his wealth during his lifetime through the Bezos Earth Fund and other charitable organizations. So while he may seem like a tight-fisted billionaire, it's important to remember that he's already giving away billions of dollars. This prenup is simply a way for him to protect his wealth and ensure that his loved ones are taken care of. One thing's for sure, though. If Bezos ever finds himself in another messy divorce, he won't be losing billions of dollars this time around. He's already learned from his mistakes and is taking steps to ensure that his wealth stays his wealth. With that said, Jeff Bezos isn't the only one who had to pay dearly for neglecting to sign a prenup. For instance, the case of Mel Gibson. Like Bezos, Gibson made the mistake of not having a prenuptial agreement in place when he married his first wife, Robin Moore. The couple had been together for 31 years and had 7 children together. But when they eventually decided to call it quits, things got ugly. Moore took Gibson to court and ended up walking away with a whopping $425 million, despite the fact that she had never worked a day in her life. Gibson was so blindsided by the divorce that he actually went bankrupt as a result. He was forced to sell off properties, including his $17 million Malibu beach house and his $8 million Hollywood mansion. And just when things couldn't get any worse, Moore took him to court again, this time for unpaid spousal support. Gibson ended up having to fork over an additional $20 million to his ex-wife. These are just 2 examples of celebrities who made the mistake of not having a prenuptial agreement in place. It's a mistake that can cost you dearly. A prenup is a legal document that you sign before getting married that outlines how your assets will be divided in the event of a divorce. Without a prenup, everything you own, including property, investments, and bank accounts, is considered marital property and is subject to division by a court. Now, it's not just about protecting your assets. A prenup can also protect your spouse. For example, let us say you go into a marriage with a prenup, and then your spouse loses their eyesight or becomes disabled. A prenup can protect them from having to work if they don't want to. It can also protect your children from being taken advantage of in the event of a divorce. Without a prenup, your spouse could take your child support and invest it in things like vacations or luxuries, instead of using it for your child's needs. A prenup can help ensure that your child support is used for its intended purpose. Ultimately, having a prenuptial agreement in place can save you and your spouse a lot of headaches down the road. This may not be something you want to think about, but it's definitely something you need to consider. And that's all for today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.